why should I give a damn?
You know, you ever see those pictures that go around like, should a teacher wear this? Or do you think this is appropriate for a teacher and whatnot like that? And 9 times out of 10, it's just a black woman with a fat ass and shit. And I hate penalizing black women just for having fat ass, or any woman for that nature. If you're thick, you're thick. You can't help what you wear, okay? What they want you to, wear.
True and not true. There's appropriate attire.
There is appropriate attire, but if they're wearing, okay, the tell all is if anybody can wear, like, if you're wearing like jeans and a t-shirt, something that any teacher would wear, but you're just thick in yours, you can't help that. Now, if you're doing shit to enhance the thickness, like leggings and booty shorts and shit like that, you're doing shit to enhance the aesthetic, that's different. And in this case, we have somebody who wanted to enhance the aesthetic to another level. And I want to know if you guys, whether you have kids or not, would you feel comfortable sending your child to a school where a man decided to transition, and now he got some big, giant, fake titties just hanging almost down to his knees, dressed up like a guy, looking like, just picture Mrs. Doubtfire with like triple G's. Mrs. Doubtfire with some long, just hanging.
Imagine,
we have some pictures.
Imagine Medea, a white Medea.
A white Medea.
No, really, can I just add this? I don't want to shit on you. It was really a guy. It wasn't really a transition. He has this is a school in Toronto, so it's not America. It is in Toronto. It's in Canada. He actually has a fetish, a prosthetic fetish. So, we'll put the pictures up. It's big boobs down to the knees. So wait, crazy glasses.
I tried to actually cape and give him the transition.
No.
He doesn't even get transition.
You're a fetish. It's a fetish.
It's a fetish.
Yes,
That's disgusting.
And the school said that school put the trans and said we stand by. But realistically, that
for
person
boobs or for just prosthetic, just plastic surgery.
It's like Big Mama House. Like the boobs are to the knees, nipples showing through the shirt, and they're teaching kids.
What the fuck is right?
I feel like that's confusing for kids.
It is confusion. Any form of transforming whatever is confusion. And I don't think this is good to be around children, essentially. School is supposed to be a place for people to learn and to figure out answers to questions. To add confusion to that is nothing but debauchery, and it seems demonic. You're basically teaching kids to grow up and to be more confused, and I would be personally against that as a Christian man.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah, Kirk Franklin over here.
Exactly. And it's time we stomp that shit out of our schools, okay? We need a revolution in our schools right now, because I don't want my kids to be walking around looking at, Mrs. Doubtfire swinging around.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if it's personal. We can cut it. Is there a transgender teacher in your school? Did your daughter have a transgender? I'm so scared of the word now.
Does.
Trendsetter. Did your daughter?
She definitely does, because I've picked her up before and
wait. She do?
They look a hot mess.
Oh, Eric, you're not pulling your daughter out of your school.
No. I mean, I do have some worries though, only because there was times where
is the teacher bad though?
Absolutely not. But there are some times where the kids were calling the teacher Mister because they know the teacher as a man, and the teacher was actually getting mad and catching attitudes with kids, saying you're gonna call me by my name, which is Mrs. Blank or whatnot. Yeah. So now you're correcting the kids on something that a lot of them aren't old enough to really fully comprehend. And whatnot. And yeah, you could talk about that's why we need to educate our kids on this and that, but everybody want their kids educated on that shit. Some of us parents want to keep it nice and simple, and then when they get old enough to fully understand all that shit, then we can take it to the next level.
So that's my next question. I'm sorry. Is there, because I'm the only one on this panel, well, Bishop as well, that don't have kids. Is there an age limit where you be like, okay, this teacher is trans, I don't have a problem, I think my kid is mature enough? Is it teenage years or is it never?
I would essentially be okay if my children are teens, because by then I would have taught them the difference between, right and wrong, the way the world is and how it's filled with a lot of negativity and horrific stuff that you have to stick to your guns. Again, you really can't escape this horrific stuff because we live in America. So there's
horrific. Yeah, kind of strong words.
Oh, my bad. Unholy.
No, I don't know. Is it horrific?
Unholy.
Unholy.
That's why I believe should hashtag make schools sacred again. Because schools have lost their sacred values.
Send them to a Catholic or a Lutheran or a private.
Yeah,
true. Send them to public, you get what you get.
True. I mean, we could escape over there, but I don't think that we should allow that in schools whatsoever. Because
Right, but we see it in movies, we see it in TV shows, we see it everywhere. They probably at least see it in
But
schools.
they're not
right
raising
now,
your
to be
kids
honest.
though. They're not raising your kids though.
But they see it, so they should just get
it's
used
a
to
little
it.
difference from
It's the
seeing it
future.
in.
I mean, I don't mind. I really don't mind if there's a transgender teacher. I can probably talk to my daughter about that, work that out. But with this specific situation with this guy who just has a prosthetic fetish.
Of course, he's a white guy
The-
because those are the ones who are going to be getting all these leeway points.
Of course. I think that is an issue because that would be confusing because then it's really like, okay, Mom, why does this man, who's clearly a man, basically, why does
Once
this
you
man
open the
have
door
boobs?
for one, you open the door for a lot. There's a slippery slope because I mean, once you allow one thing, then everybody else comes in. Well, I want to wear titties. Well, I want to wear dick on my head. Well, I want to wear that. Well, and then you gotta let everybody have what they have. Like it just you gotta be careful what you deem as acceptable, especially when it comes to kids. Because now everybody starts pushing the envelope a little bit more. Like I said, this is a situation we talking about where there's just a white guy who just like wearing titties and stuff. Why? And my thing is, okay, if that's a fetish, that means that's not even your lifestyle. You're not even transitioning or nothing. You're just a guy who likes the shit, so you can do that on your spare time. I like to smoke weed. That don't mean I can go and work and just smoke and shit. And do all, I like to play 2K. That don't mean I can play 2K at work because I identify as a 2K player. Like, there has to be a moment where you say, okay, I'm at my job and I can't do what I want to do right now. Like the fact that they're just allowing him to do this because it's a fetish.
Well, there's a
is
teacher
crazy.
shortage, so
Yeah,
I think
like,
they'll
why
take
is he
whatever
allowed
they
to bring
can get.
his
And that's
fetish
that white man
into
shit.
school?
White men always had the cheat codes for certain shit like that. So I'm not surprised.
But if
at
you're your
all.
boss though, like would you be able to like really take that person serious?
First off, the second I took the interview, I was just, never mind. It's not.
No
this job isn't for
interview
me.
because there's
Maybe a back office job would have been more fit.
No, there's CEO job. There's CEOs who have
Maybe.
transitioned to women. Like, would you be able to take your boss serious, Eric?
It depends on how I would have to deal with said boss. Like I said, it's a little different. See, the teacher situation is different because you're dealing with somebody that's going to be teaching your child, showing your child, having moments with your child that actually impact their everyday life. Teachers are vital. Whereas like I'm working, like I can have a transgender boss as long as they cool. Because it's like we don't have to go that far. This ain't no life lesson. I'm doing my job, you doing your job. It's different. You're not teaching me shit. You just making sure I'm doing my job. So, I mean, as far as like a boss, as long as they're qualified and they know what the fuck they doing, I don't give a fuck who you fucking or what you do or what you identify. You can look like fucking Darth Maul with tatted up face for all I care, as long as you get the job done. But I think it's different for kids because in the workforce, it's two adults. So we're supposed to be able to decipher what's what. Whereas as a kid or adults around kids, you're at an advantage mentally because you can manipulate certain shit or you can influence, even if you don't think you're influenced. Like even with the guy or any like people who like to have all these lifestyles around these kids, you may have good intentions. You may not be thinking of any of that shit, but you can't control what these growing kids are thinking and the confusion you might bring to them. So I don't know. I think they need to get. I know there's a teacher shortage. And I know you can't get teachers.
But that's another thing too. Is anybody can kind of be a teacher now. I know I had a lot of ex-classmates who were going to school for all other stuff. Back in the day, up to maybe 7-8 years ago, you would get your student loans paid for if you went in the education field. Now that kind of went away. But I know a lot of people who kind of went to school for business and other stuff who kind of randomly became teachers' aides or teachers or actually like really teachers. Like kind of just skipped it and was like, I want to be a teacher. So I also think that's another reason why you're getting a lot of these younger women or having sex with teachers. We had Miss Fincher type teachers back in the day. I remember when I went to Whitefish Bay, a suburban school, we had a couple young 25-year-old teachers. My mom was worried because they was kind of little cute white girls back in the day. We was 17 acting on the prom playing. We was not like, damn, she bad. We want her. Like that was white fine. I'm seeing teachers now full on Instagram models, booty sticking out, and they're getting they're getting ran through. These teachers are getting ran through now.
You are hearing more cases about student-teacher relations.
I was born 10 years too early in my opinion. Shit. She's gonna say right.
It's a
Right.
different
You're not
world.
supposed to co-sign.
No, it's a different world now because nowadays with these younger and then everything is way more sexualized now, and everything's way more acceptable now. So, like I said, back in the day, a lot of this sexual talk and the sexual stuff, we took kids out of those conversations a lot. Now it's very hard to take them out of those sexual conversations because they see more than any. They see everything you seeing. You know, right on your phones, tablets, all that stuff. And you got to watch what they like. Half of these little cartoons that be on YouTube and shit. Every other word is ass and titties and booty and all this other shit. You got to be careful with that shit because they be sneaking little shit. I have to watch my sons. Sometimes they be watching some of them white boys. You know, white boys like to smack each other booty and do all sorts of little zesty ass post-fame neo shit. I'm like, I don't like that shit. So you just got to really be careful what you let your kids absorb overall. But one thing I do think might be healthy for our kids to absorb is this new Little Mermaid movie. But if you ask a lot of these white parents, they're heated about the new Little Mermaid movie, and you already know what it is. So let's get into it. How do y'all feel about Halle Bailey? And she's going to be in the new Little Mermaid. There was a trailer that was released recently that struck a whole lot of mixed reviews. You know, you got a lot of people who are ecstatic. And I do want to make sure we do highlight that there is a lot of people excited. A lot of times we get so focused on the backlash that we don't notice, like, it's a whole lot of people that's excited and ready for this Black Little Mermaid too. They want that representation. But then there's a lot of other sides to it. You got the racist aspect of it, of white people that are just spoiled brats and can't stand to see fictional characters being turned into other colors because Lord knows white people don't get represented. Fuck out of here. And then you have the other aspect too where, you know, and I'm kind of sliding towards that third aspect of where I'm kind of sick of the whole let's remake white characters into black characters, but let's always give them a white mate. Because I think it all falls into the, like I said, white people are trying to save their bloodline once again, pushing this interracial stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for natural relations. That's what I like to call it. Natural relations, meaning you like the person you like because you actually got to know them and you actually like them.
Okay, natural.
Natural reaction. But what you're getting now
Natural
is brainwash.
selection.
A lot of times,
Shout out Charles Darwin.
A lot of these easily influenced people get caught in waves where there's a wave where a certain chick or certain couples or certain things get pushed. And I feel like right now the whole black woman with the white guy is getting pushed on a whole nother level now. It started with that scandal shit. But this whole new age, and I know bed wench shit been around for a while, but there's a new age bed wench that's being pushed. And it started with the scandal shit, and then you start seeing the emergence of the Doja Cat, and you're seeing it now with this shit. And now they're doing this Halle Berry, whatever the fuck her name is. You're a bed wench for this. I love her. I fuck with her, but you're bed wench material for this movie. Because you jumping all the way out the ocean just for some picnic.
But in real life, she's dating a black. She was always like dating a YouTube.
That's why I said I love her. I want to,
So you don't want her.
I'm doing like what black women do with R. Kelly. I'm separating the actor from the personal life.
Let's not compare the two.
From the personal life.
Let's not compare the two.
I think you're kind of wild right now.
One, her name is Halle. Just like Halle Berry, Halle Bailey.
Don't
Halle.
put them in the same sentence.
No,
I see
it's
what you're
Halle.
saying, but one is bad and
Halle.
one looks like a fish.
Two, I'm excited for the Little Mermaid movie. Three, the director came out and said that she was the first audition and she did better still than everyone. That is so.
I thought you were. I was trying to. I'm good at finishing sentences. I'm sorry. I just. Was
He
wrong every time.
said, and quotes,
beat you to the punch.
she set the bar so high that nobody else surpassed it. So she got the role fair and square.
She got a wide mouth though, like a fish.
She has a beautiful voice.
And throat. Let me stop.
But no, I'm excited to see the movie. Now I do agree with you, Eric, when you said about her being with the white man. We don't really need that.
Exactly.
We don't need that.
You guys are interracial?
No, I'm not anti-interracial.
Bishop.
I'm not anti-interracial.
You'll have your time.
You know, if y'all are friends with me on Facebook, I have said that I may or may not be down with the swirl one day. We don't know. I'm not anti-interracial, but I think she should be with a black dude in the movie, but of course they're not gonna do that.
I want to follow up with
'Cause
one
that
of
ain't
you,
our
'cause I feel like
fucking movie.
you gonna marry you a
Shit.
white boy in about 2 years, and I'm gonna come back to this.
Well, we gonna see if I do marry a white boy in 2 years. You can ask me whatever question you want because that means I done had it with you Negroes. That's what it means.
I feel like you fed up now.
That's what it means. That means I had it with you Negroes and I went to the other side.
I feel like
Anyway.
too, man. I feel like as people, just in general, nobody likes feeling like they're being manipulated into something, right? At the end of the day, it don't matter. Like everybody, I think it's 2022. It's safe to say that nobody, if you see a black woman with a white guy, or you see like vice versa, whatever, nobody's gawking or doing as much as they used to back in the day when you see interracial couple. I mean, it's way more normalized now. It's a different day and age. However, I don't like when they try to push the shit in little movies or try to push it like it's just, sometimes I feel like there's a manipulation going on.
A lot in commercials.
Yeah,
There's
in
a lot of
commercials.
interracial.
And my thing is me knowing the behind the scenes shit, me knowing that like I said, we talk about all the time about the white birth rate and how they need to procreate with black people in order for their bloodlines to survive. That's the whole purpose of the whole abortion bill too. With them wanting to cut that abortion in because that's cutting into their numbers. Niggas is gonna, like I said, I mean, we get
Niggas
mad.
fucking like jackrabbits.
Exactly. We get mad because, the Planned Parenthoods and a lot of that places in our community, but don't get it twisted. Our numbers are going up regardless of that. Their numbers are going down. That's why they want to cut this abortion shit out.
It's 4 things in life: life, death, taxes, and niggas will be fucking. Unprotected and raw, no money, no plan. We're gonna be fucking raw. I'm keeping it honest. That's just what we do. I don't know why. I'm done having this conversation. Everybody told me all the little politics and the woke shit. Niggas love fucking, especially in the little bumfuck towns. Charlamagne has said, I'm from bumfuck South Carolina. Ain't nothing to do there but fuck raw. So it's like like you said, our numbers are gonna go up, and they said it. Like there's people who've said it at rallies all around the world. Like we need to protect the race, and that's what they mean. Even like at the point now, they're like, "Well, damn near take a little mixed baby if we could just keep it going." Like I'm telling you, white people are phasing out, and all the minorities are the majority.
But here's the thing. As you said, there is an increase in children from the black procreation, but that should mean that there should be more strict parenting going on. As we said with the previous statement, there's no reason. Even though I do not own any children, there's no reason that if I had kids that I want them to be around a trans person in order to see something like that. But with this topic, I don't want to see my daughter watch a black mermaid fawn over a white boy, because essentially in the story, she gives her voice to a white woman so that she could try to kiss a white man. She's basically all on this nigga's dick in the film, and I don't think we need to see that.